Please subscribe my channel. Matthew did not think a trip would solve all their problems. He only hoped it would help them remember why they picked each other at the start. They had been together for 3 years, married for 1, and things already seemed harder than they ought to be. When Sarah suggested a week in Maui, he saw it as a positive step, a chance to start fresh. Sun, calm mornings, no checking phones at dinner. At least, that is what she said she wanted. The first 2 days went okay. Not amazing, not awful. She laughed at his jokes once more. She snapped photos of the sea, their cocktails, and herself resting against him. Matthew saw that she shared every picture, except the ones where he was clearly visible. But he stayed quiet about it. He told himself he was reading too much into things. He had been doing that often recently. By the 3rd evening, the mood changed. Sarah wanted to go out instead of staying in as they had planned. A bar by the beach, with loud tunes, crowds of people all around. Matthew was not excited, but he agreed. He usually did. She drank quicker than normal, laughed a bit too loudly, and only touched his arm when others were looking. When a bunch of guys came to their table, she did not shift nearer to Matthew. She shifted farther away. One of them, tall and sure of himself, named Tyler, kept bending close to hear her over the music. Matthew saw how Sarah did not lean away, how she tilted her head while speaking to him, just like she used to do with Matthew when they first started dating. Matthew tried to add to the talk, but it felt like walking into a room after the door was shut. At one point, Sarah leaned over and yelled that she was heading to dance. Matthew nodded. He watched from the table as she danced with her new pals. Then with Tyler, too close, hands staying too long. When she glanced back at Matthew, it was not sorry. It was almost challenging. If you have ever felt that tight feeling in your chest when something seems off, but you do not want to accept it, tap like, so this story gets to those who need it. Matthew did not challenge her right then. He paid the bill and waited. When Sarah finally returned, her lipstick messy, her grin relaxed, she rolled her eyes and said he was acting strange for seeming upset. Chill out, she said. We are on vacation. Back at the hotel, she went right to the bathroom. Matthew sat on the bed edge, looking at the glass door to the balcony. He heard her phone vibrate on the counter once, twice. He did not pick it up. He did not have to. When she came out, she snatched it fast, kept the screen turned away, and said she was sleepy. They did not touch that night. The next morning, Sarah said she was going down to get coffee. She kissed his cheek, already not fully there. The second the door shut, Matthew felt something click inside him. Not mad, not sad, sure. Her phone vibrated again. She had left it charging. The screen showed a preview. Tyler, last night was great. Wish we had more time, just us. Matthew did not unlock it. He did not look further. He did not need more proof. That one line said all he needed. Pause now and comment what you think Matthew should do next. Leave without a word or talk to her straight. He got up, packed his bag slowly, carefully folded his shirts, put his watch in its box. He noticed how steady his hands were. No tremble, no rushing mind, just an odd, deep clearness. Sarah came back to the room while he was packing. Her smile dropped when she spotted the bag. What are you doing? She asked, puzzled and a little annoyed. I am going, Matthew said plainly. She laughed first, thinking it was a prank. Then she saw his expression. You are overdoing it, she said. Nothing happened. Matthew looked at her, truly looked. The way she did not meet his eyes, the way her hand gripped her phone tighter. If this feels like something you know, type the word respect in the comments. He did not fight. He did not blame. He just closed the zipper on the bag. Sarah's voice got louder, then softer, then sharp again. She pointed to the drinks, the trip, him. Matthew grabbed his bag and walked to the door. Behind him, Sarah said something that stopped him. You are really going to end us over one dumb night. Matthew turned, still calm. You already did, he said. He left, leaving Sarah there, shocked, the sound of the waves suddenly seeming distant. Share this with someone who knows quiet hurt. Sometimes leaving is the strongest reply. Before I go on and tell what happened the next day, including Sarah's response and why Matthew's choice changed it all, tell me. The next morning arrived quietly. No big calls, no pounding on the door. Matthew woke in another hotel across the island, one nearer the airport. He had not slept well, but for the first time in months, his chest felt loose. He looked at the ceiling a while, thinking back to Sarah's face when he left. Not mad, not sorry, surprised, like she really thought he would stick around no matter what. His phone buzzed on the side table. Sarah, 3 missed calls. Then a text, we need to talk. Another came right after. You really embarrass me. Matthew read them with no strong feeling. He was not angry now. That had faded on the drive over. What was left was firmer. Self-respect. He did not answer. At breakfast, he sat by himself near a window, looking at the ocean far off. Pairs laughed close by. A guy held his wife's hand as she spoke. It did not sting like Matthew thought it would. Instead, it made something clear. That sort of bond only lasts if both guard it. Sarah appeared about 20 minutes later. She seemed different in the light, less sure. Sunglasses hid her eyes, but her stance showed it. She stood by his table, not sure if she could sit. So you are really going through with this? She said, more statement than question. Matthew nodded. I switched my flight. Heading home today. Her jaw clenched. It was nothing. Matthew looked up at her at last. It was not nothing to me. She huffed, then spoke lower. I did not sleep with him. You did not stop it either, Matthew answered quietly. And you would have acted like it was fine if I had not left. Sarah opened her mouth, then shut it a moment. The real words came out in her face. I did not think you would actually go. That was when Matthew knew he chose right. Right now in the story, comment, was Matthew right to leave right away, or should he have given Sarah one more try? Let us talk about it openly. Sarah sat down without asking. We can work this out, she said, softer. It was just wanting attention. I felt unseen lately. Matthew did not fight back. He did not explain himself. You never said you felt unseen, he replied. But you showed me how easy I was to swap. Her eyes flared. So that is it? You are done. Yes. The word sat there, strong and done. She called him too sensitive, cold, picking ego over love. Matthew listened until she had no more words. Then he stood, put some money on the table, and took his bag. This is not ego, he said softly. It is clear thinking. Sarah stood too, worry in her voice now. You will be sorry. Matthew stopped. He thought of the night, the phone buzz, her dancing, how she looked beyond him. I already am sorry for staying too long, he said. He walked off as she said his name. He did not look back. On the flight home, Matthew blocked her number, not from hate, but because he had to. He looked out the window as the shore vanished under clouds and felt something new grow. Relief. Weeks on, Sarah emailed. Sorry words, reasons, vows. Matthew read it one time, then put it away. He did not dislike her. He just did not need her okay anymore. What hit him hardest was not ending the marriage. It was seeing how much he had made himself smaller to hold it together. Leaving did not hurt him, it fixed him. If this made you think about your own limits, type clarity in the comments. Matthew went on quietly. No payback, no big scenes online. Just a guy who picked himself when it counted. If this story helped you, like the video, subscribe for more true tales about self-respect, and comment one limit you will not cross again. Your thoughts count here.